Cookin. I'm your hostess, Cindy Schumachers. On today's show, we'll be making beefy kraut and rice, balsamic root vegetables, corn fritter bread, and chocolate lasagna. We're going to start with the bread. I'm going to use my bread machine again. If you want the recipe for this bread, and it is excellent, I've given you instructions on how to do it, but I'm going to use my bread machine. So the nice thing about a bread machine is it does everything for you except eat it. So if someone's ever looking for, if you don't have one and someone's like, what can I get you? Tell them you want a bread machine. They've become so economical that just about anybody can afford one. So anyway, so I have 3 cups of bread flour and 1/3 cup of lukewarm water. I have 3/4 cup of corn. You can use canned corn. I'm using frozen corn. By the time it kneads and it's a warm kneading, it works out pretty well. 1/4 cup of melted butter. And 1/4 cup of honey. In a bread machine, it doesn't really matter the order that you put your ingredients in. You can just kind of topple them all in there. 1/4 cup of sour cream. One and a half teaspoons of salt. 3 tablespoons of dry milk. And we need 2.5 teaspoons of active dry yeast. And we're going to have to take a break right here because I just realized I forgot to chop my chives. So I want to remind you that, as always, if you want the copy of any of these recipes, go to the Valley website, and if you don't have internet, give the girls a call and they'll be happy to help you with a copy of that. We'll be right back while I track those chives down.
Blazing fast broadband internet from Valley is now available and better than ever. Let us help you decide which speed is best for you. The 50 meg speed would be sufficient for 1 to 4 devices, mainly emailing and surfing the web. Our 100 meg speed works great for 5 to 8 devices and multiple users streaming and downloading video. If you have 8 devices or more that are simultaneously streaming or gaming, or if you have a medium-sized business, the 250 meg speed would work best for you. For extreme heavy home or work from home use, or if you have a medium to large business using 15 or more devices, you may want to consider our 500 meg download speed to fit your needs. And if you're a home or business that needs it all, we have our 1000 meg 1 gig broadband internet speed. Call our office today at 437-2615 and talk with one of our staff members to pick the speed that's best for you.
Okay, I've got the bread machine going now with everything in it, so we're going to start on the beefy kraut and rice. I have a pound of ground beef. I'm going to start that browning, and I've got my oven preheated to 350. I'm going to chop this up here a little bit. It doesn't say to add salt and pepper, but I'm just going to give it just a little bit of a touch there. And then we'll start working on our root vegetables. I have prepared a pound of potatoes, a pound of carrots, and I've cut them into 1.5 inch pieces. And so we're going to combine those in a bowl like this. I've got 2 red onions that I've coarsely chopped. We'll toss those in. And 3/4 cup of dried cranberries. the nice thing about this dish is it gives you a lot of nice color, and it's a nice blend of flavors. Mix those together. Now I'm going to mix up the concoction to pour over the top of it. And that is 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, 1 tablespoon of light brown sugar packed, a teaspoon of salt, a half teaspoon of pepper, whisk that together. Okay, I'm going to pour this in a pan that I've sprayed, and then we'll put the sweet potatoes on the top. Okay, we're going to pour this over the top, and then I intermittently stir as it cooks, so that you keep it spinning over all the vegetables and nothing gets missed. Kind of do a little bit of a blend here. Get these going because they take quite a while. Actually about an hour. That's one of those recipes too that if you want to, like if you are short of oven space or something, you can put them in a slow cooker or something and let them cook for about 3 hours. And so let's get working on the hamburger here. Okay, well that continues to brown. I'll just talk a little bit about what's going on here. I have a can of sauerkraut that I've rinsed and drained, and we're going to use a can of cream of mushroom soup, a packet of beefy mushroom soup. I could not find it. I'm using onion mushroom soup, so we'll mix that all together. I've got a bowl here, so I'm just going to start combining these ingredients while we're waiting to save a little time so we can get that going in the oven. Nice thing is this recipe is just kind of dump, 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 and you can make it up in advance, put it in your refrigerator when you come home from work, or before you're ready to have supper. Then you pop it in the oven, go change your clothes, read the paper, and then by the time you get done with everything, it's about ready to eat. And it's one of those kind of comfort meals for us German folk, with the sauerkraut and the ground beef. Remember, all these recipes can be found on the Valley website. If you don't have internet, give the girls a call and they'd be happy to help you with a copy of that. Yeah, we're going here. We're going to add 1.5 cups of water. And then I have a cup of long grain rice. It's basically, you know, it's got your rice and your meat in it, and that's why I decided we'd do the root vegetables on the side. It'll give us a little color because it doesn't have a lot of color. It has a lot of flavor, but not a lot of color. So, okay, we'll just wait for that ground beef to get done. I'm going to clean up. We'll take a quick break. I'll be right back.
Valley Telecommunications, the home team advantage.
Okay, the ground beef is done. We're going to drain it. Well, not much there. Okay, we'll add it to our mixture here. Okay, stir to combine. I have a 2-quart 8x8 baking pan here. We're going to put it in and we'll get it baking. And this we'll cover with foil. While we're in the oven, we're going to stir those vegetables a little bit. Now I've got the bread out of the bread machine and I'm going to roll it out. Here again, instead of baking it in the bread machine, which you can do, I always like to put it in a bread pan and I like to use the French bread pan, which I'll show you. Roll it out. This bread has a lot of flavor and a lot of color, so it's kind of fun to slice this and put it on the table for your family or your guests. You can put it in a regular 9x5 too. I'm just going to roll it up. And pinch it to seal. I have my French bread pan. I always put it in like this and I roll it so that it gets a little bit of the spray on it. And then I cover it with a piece of plastic wrap. Cover it with a dry towel. And we'll set it aside and let that increase in size. Okay, now we're going to work on the chocolate lasagna. I found this recipe on Facebook and decided it was worth a try. And and it definitely is. So I have crushed a bag of regular Oreos, and we're going to mix that with butter. I know a lot of times when people stop me on the street or visit with me wherever we run into each other, they ask me where we film, and actually Lisa comes out from Valley, she films me right here in my kitchen. I have a very old farmhouse, and so we just set up a folding table that gives me kind of a work counter so I can face you instead of having to have my back to you. So now the mystery is solved. This is actually my kitchen. There we go. We'll stir this in and pat it in our pan. Okay, the nice thing about this is you don't have to bake it. It's all like in steps. So we're going to put it in the refrigerator to kind of set for a few minutes while we work on the next layer. And I'm going to take a quick break while I finish cleaning up the other stuff. I need to grab a couple of bowls, so I need to wash. Be right back.
Get 3 months free access on all lines plus a new 4G smartphone for only $4.99 a month. 2 great offers with Valley Cellular. Call Valley today at 437-2615 to take advantage of this great deal.
Okay, we're going to work on the chocolate lasagna. Again, I've got the crust in the refrigerator. This is an 8 ounce of cream cheese. I've got it softened a little bit, and we're going to whip it up till it's fluffy. To this, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of milk, 1/4 cup of sugar, then we're going to fold in 1 1/4 cup of Cool Whip. Okay, now we're going to put that on top of the Oreo crust. Sometimes if I'm trying a new recipe and I need someone to test it, I take it to my mom's, and my brother and his twin boy and girl stop over, and they do the testing for me and give me the thumbs up, and they really gave me the thumbs up on this one. So it's worth a try. if you don't try any of these recipes, you're going to want to try this one because it's light and it's tasty. It's not low calorie, but sometimes you can't always worry about calories. I'm going to get a spoon. I think that might help me get it into the corners a little better. Okay. Here again, we're going to put it in the refrigerator. It looks like this. Put it in the refrigerator and let that chill while we do the next layer. We're taking 2 boxes of chocolate pudding. You can use fudge or whatever. I just have regular chocolate. You can use regular or sugar-free if you want to cut a few of the calories. This we're going to stir in 3 1/4 cup of cold milk. First time I made this, I didn't realize I didn't have instant pudding. I had Cookin serve, and so that was kind of a disaster. I had to take it and put it on the stove and cook it up. But definitely use the instant. It'll take me a few minutes just to let this set up, so we'll take a quick break, but once again will remind you that if you want a copy of any of these recipes, you can go to the Valley website, and if you don't have internet, give the girls a call and they'd be happy to help you with a copy. I'll be right back.
Valley is now offering updated digital TV packages and prices. High definition and caller ID is now free with all TV packages. Call Valley today at 437-2615 to find out more.
We're going to give our vegetables another stir. We'll do our next layer here. We've got the pudding is set up, so we'll spread that on top. Okay, now it says to let this rest for 5 minutes, so we'll just let this set up and then we'll top it with the rest of our Cool Whip. Now the recipe originally called for to top it with mini chocolate chips on the top, and I thought it looked kind of weird. So we love Reese's peanut butter cups. This packet like this is exactly 1.5 cups. I chopped them up and put them back in the bag so I can show you what the bag looks like, or you can just buy the Reese's and chop them up. Also you can, if you have another kind of candy bar or you want to mix a few different candy bars on top, I think you can use your imagination. The Reese's work out well on that. So okay, we're going to finish up the dessert here. Using the rest of the 12-ounce Cool Whip here to top it off. Now the fun part. We're gonna sprinkle. My hands are wet. Yeah. So I can't open it up. So we're gonna cut it open. As I said before, I coarsely chopped them, so we'll just get ready to sprinkle on. So it looks like that. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and we'll let it set up a little better, and it'll be ready for us when we're ready for it. Now, if you are just watching us for one of the first times, if you are confused on where to find the recipes on the website, you go to the home page, www.valleytel.net. On the home page, you'll see a cow off to the right. You click on that cow and the recipes will be in that area. And you can even find recipes going way back to when this show started with Mary. And then if you want to see the video, you go down to the bottom of the page, you'll see it says YouTube videos. Click on that and you can find all of the videos that Valley presents. So I think we're about ready to put the bread in the oven. I have a garlic and cheese topper. You don't have to put anything on it, it's delicious without it, but I sometimes like to just put a little bit of a dusting, and this garlic and cheese topper has like coarse salt, pepper, garlic powder, and some very finely grated cheese in it. So I just sprinkle it on like that, and it gives it a little bit more zest, and we're going to get it going, and everything should be done about the same time. I'm going to bake that for anywhere from, depending on your oven, and I have more things in the oven with it, so it might take 20 to 30 minutes. We'll be right back.
Valley Telecommunications is pleased to announce that our Technology Solutions Center is fully stocked and open for business. We have a large selection to meet your wants and needs. Some of the items we currently carry are a variety of corded and cordless phones, different brands of tablets such as Kindle Fires and Apple iPads and all the accessories for them, Telekin computers, Epson and HP printers and ink cartridges, Apple iPods and accessories, office supplies, wireless keyboards and mice, cellular phones and accessories, different types of media storage, cameras, headphones, power strips and surge protectors, and much, much more. You can also get your very own Valley swag. Our prices are reasonable and comparable to any other retail store. If there is something that you want or need that we do not currently carry, please let us know so that we can check into it for you. We accept all major credit cards, cash or check. Please feel free to stop by our office and check out our new and improved store for all of your technology and day-to-day business needs.
Okay, looks like everything's ready, so we'll start taking things out. Give it a little stir. Sprinkle on the parsley. And we're going to dish. Since this is light, you can cut fairly big pieces. It's a nice hearty meal that doesn't take a lot of effort. Then we've got our our roasted vegetables, which give us a lot of beautiful color. There we go. We have our beefy kraut and rice, our balsamic root vegetables, our corn fritter bread, and our chocolate lasagna. Thanks for joining us today for this edition of Country Cooking, and we hope to see you next time.